Bob Huber vintage Lambo. Let's get on with it. Well, I'm thinking that this might be part 4 of 4 for the box itself. So, so let's get going on it. What do we need to do now? Well, we're going to need to mill in some holes. Remember, this had been positioned in a different manner, and we want to go back to the factory, but this hole is not in good shape. We're going to then spin it 180 from the original, which will have the same lineup, no problems. And then I'm going to bore a hole in here. Well, where exactly do I put the hole and how do I mark it? And then the same right here. What I want to do is I'm going to go, this is kind of oblonged out a little bit and everything like that. I'm going to go with a 3mm hole, and I'm going to make the extended pin screws go into that. So I'm going to have it a nice precision fit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this hole here, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to bore right here for the location. So what I want to do is insert this inside, and something like this. And what I want to do is I want to line this up to where it's going to work, and then I'm going to put this guy inside it. So let me go get a little wrench. I'll be back in a second. We're back with a little ratchet here. And I just want to, it doesn't really matter. I'm just kind of trying to be uniform with everything. Okay, so I just put it on the mill. You gotta, not the mill, but the lathe. You gotta use a lathe every day. Keeps the doctor away. And just for fun, do that. So we got a nice little tip on this, and let's see about fitting this in here. Yep, it's all the way down. Okay, so we should have, okay, so we got a mark here. Probably could have gotten a little more aggressive, but anyway, we got the mark there, and then I'll finish it off by using a center punch. But at least I had that marked. I know exactly where I need to center punch it. Okay, good enough. All right, so now on the other one, we need to go 180 from the original. So that's what we're going to do right here. And again, I want this down tight when I do this. Let me make sure I've got this set right. Okay. I thought I said I had it right. I guess right is wrong. All right. Okay. Okay, I have it there. So luckily we're just going 3mm, you know, not any more than that, because otherwise we would really be getting into this area here. So we don't want to do that. Okay, all right, on to the next. All right, have my end mill in here. I'm going to be putting in the hole in this piece and then also in this piece. So what I want to do is I want to try and simplify things. So on the milling machine, I made a pointer so that I can go ahead and find that center punch mark right away. I wanted to make sure I get that right on the button. And this is going to make it much easier. I just take that pointer off and end mill's ready to go. So you can see I'm going to have some wall between that groove for the O-ring and the end mill hole. I'm going to go slightly beyond the depth of that O-ring groove so I have good stability, and that's it. On to the next. Okay, so this one is completed. All right. Okay, so I'll put on the next one, and that'll be it for the holes. Second one in. This is going to be a little bit shaky, but just a little demonstrate lining it up. So I put the camera, it's magnified a little bit there, and I can move my mill over a little bit. See, bingo, got it right there. I already have the center lined up. We're good. Okay, I'm going to start the process of modifying these screws to make them extended tip 4mm. All right, I think that's all I need to really do on the lathe, and then I'm going to take it off and I'm going to finish off the threads off the lathe. Making some washers, but really they're spacers. I don't want the pin going into the aluminum ends to actually press on it. I just want them to be held in place, because if we press on it, it's going to make things a little bit off center. We don't want that. Okay, calculated it, and I need two 50 thousandths thick washers, spacers, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to cut these off. Almost getting to the point of putting this thing together. All right, we're going to wind up this video. Please like and subscribe. I would super appreciate it. We'll keep this going. You know, if you're interested in these cars or any old car, it would probably be a good idea to just try and review some of these videos. Check it out, see what the weaknesses are. Maybe look at what you really like about the car. How about that? So we have it together here. It's all kind of cleaned up. I greased it. I have the safety wire on it. So essentially, if this wants to turn to counterclockwise, it's going to pull on this. And when it comes down here, it's going to want to turn it clockwise, tighten. So that's the whole idea behind the safety wire. We don't want these to come out. The other thing, this pin, extended pin on this screw, it is not forcing onto this. It is only holding in place, and this is wanting to float right in that center position. I'm not pushing any force on it at all, same with the other side. So that's another thing that I wanted to do, and that was another thing that they had. They just jammed the screw in and tighten the heck out of it, and that's just placing too much stress on these. Anyway, enough said. I'll just put the little guy in here and we'll just spin it for fun. How about that? All right, so we're in the car, and now we're going forward, and we are now going about 0.001 miles per hour. How about that? Well, that's a start. Okay, another thing we need to do is this rod that the hub spins it into the box, and you can kind of see right here, she's shot. She's worn out, and I need to make another one. They're not available. So that's going to be another future video. It's going to be in the very near future. So please like and subscribe again. I can't say that enough. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.